again, and welcome back to episode 13 of RealismCraft. Ooh, I have babies. They're not my babies, but you know, I adopted them, so they're practically mine. But anyway, it's wonderful to see you. And as always, I wanted to start off with some fan appreciation. Ace's Adventure YouTube, I really appreciated your comment. You said that you were starting to see a couple of my episodes and that you hoped that I would achieve my goal, whatever it might be, and keep going, King. Made me smile, made me laugh, and I really appreciate that. As far as like goals and hopes go, in particular with regard to this YouTube series, there's a little baby in front of me. Oh, hi baby. I guess I'm talking to the child. So I want to help make your guys' day. Every time that I were to interact with you on a comment and see that, hey, this made your day, or you looked forward to seeing the video, that means a lot to me. And I think that's one of the main goals as to why I keep doing this. You see, I really love to play Minecraft. Minecraft is my favorite game. I started back in the Nether update, and it's done a lot for me personally with my depression and anxiety. And it's just something that I've really enjoyed. To be able to share that passion with you guys, I think is my main goal. So thank you so much for watching, Aces, and I hope that you continue on, and for all of you out there, thank you so much. And of course, our great name changer, Celine MN. It's hard to keep track of your name, Sally, that's for sure. But you had mentioned something very specific because you were out checking our inventory in last episode that we're out of flint. But not to worry, Celine. We definitely have some flint in stock. We have 21 as a matter of fact, and a very good looking crossbow. Not sure why stone is there. I better take that. And of course, once we head back to the Nether and we start getting some ancient debris going on, we'll get a lot more flints and yeah, breaking some gravel, get that there. So thanks for keeping stock of our inventory. And then of course, the mighty Soup King. Hey, I got people in front of me. I'm trying to talk to my audience, people. Right. Oh, okay, there we go. I feel like I'm talking to a wall now. But at any rate, Soup King, you had said that in regard to our villager base, that it's really turning into a castle. And castles is not something that I've really done before. However, I really like the addition of adding onto our base, so you had suggested that we make a castle for the fun of it. And you know what? I think that's a fantastic idea. So we're going to keep building on this project, but today we're going to do something special. We, of course, are going to be building another farm. But more than just a farm, we're going to try to set the lore of maybe our little castle area and what exactly is the purpose of it anyway. We're going to figure all that out, but first we're going to take a nap. Whoa. He just slid right into that bed. Sorry, I'm taking this. There we go. Now that was a nice nap. And that was some excellent sliding you have there, Red Ace. Jeez. So, the main farm that I want to be working on today is kelp. I took the liberty between episodes to plant a lot of kelp. So much kelp here because I want to make a kelp farm. And it could also be used as a way to trade. So, let me see if I can find... Was it Red Ace that sells the kelp? Or trades for the kelp? Yeah, okay. So 10 blocks of kelp gives me 1 diamond. So, that would practically be a nice renewable source for me, assuming we build this up. And by the way, this is the project that we've been working on between episodes. I did get all the canopies situated. Why are you still doing this? Okay, well, carry on. Alright, don't attack me. I just asked a simple question. But I thought that this area really needed something, so what if we were to take this area and build it up to the 2nd floor? So we make more of like a tower wall or a giant kind of, I don't know what you would even call it, but it's gonna be taller than everything else. It's gonna be great. Okay, so the foundation is set here, and some of you may get where I'm going here, just a moment. So we have our little staircase that comes up, right? And we add the stairs in, and we walk onto this floor. Now this floor has like a little ledge behind me, like right here and right here. inside this floor is gravel. So kelp can be grown on gravel. It can also be grown on sand or dirt, but I like gravel, so that's what we're going to be choosing. So here's the thing, is like we're going to decorate this really nice. The stone is just kind of like a placekeeper for it. But we can put buttons here to make sure water doesn't come out. And this whole front of this aquarium type thing is going to be glass. So we're going to be able to look in and see our kelp growing. And then all I have to do is stand here and then basically just pretend to break. And each one of these kelp pieces are going to be flowing up the aquarium chamber. And I want them to flow out and drop right into the end of a corridor. Now this could be expanded. I can add more kelp modules if I want to, but the idea is that all the kelp flows to one central point. It then drops into 1 or 2 furnaces. I haven't decided which one. Probably maybe just one furnace. And a couple chests and hoppers worth of stuff to collect. It's going to get fried and turned into dried kelp, but I want to use the auto crafter. I have not used the auto crafter since it came out and I feel bad, but yeah, so we're going to auto kelp those things into kelp blocks, recycling it into a system. So really cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to add a ton of experience to the world. I'll have an infinite fuel source. It'll be nice. But let me give you a better idea of maybe how we're going to be going about this, because this is a little bit trickier to build. 12. There we go. So now we have 12 blocks, and there's a great view of my little villager compound here. I think it's funny. I like it. All the little canopies. Needs a little bit of decorating work around the tops, but pretty cool. So this is 12 blocks high, and we need to make a ring around this little area. I'll leave this spot free for some water flowage. Okay, so this is probably the most important part of the process toward building our kelp tower, because we need to figure out how do we make a stream flow at the top of it while allowing the kelp to flow off and not break it, like turning into full water sources. Well, I'm about to show you how to do that. It's all about slabs. So these slabs are temporary blocks, okay? But what we need to do is we need to place it on the top of the bottom section that we're wanting to put the water on here. So we can see that it's not all the way down a full block, but it's at the top of the block. I guess it'd be better if I did this way. Yeah, so you can see it's not quite up there. And we're going to run the water all the way across just to make sure that we have the right distance. Alright, so now we try this to make sure. Oh, yep, don't flow off. Yeah, it goes right to the edge. So now we have to do the other side and make sure that they meet fairly well. I'm thinking this might actually meet toward the middle here. Yes, okay, that's perfect. So, since we built in an odd number with 3 between, we should have one open path in the middle, which is what we want. But let's go ahead and just build it up just to make sure. Okay, so this right here was probably the most important part of the whole process to make this work. So what we did is, I think I miscounted or something. I had to extend that platform just 1. But if we drop some gravel like right here in the center, we can see that it lands right in the middle. So the idea here is that as kelp grows up, it gets caught in the water stream, and then it rushes off and it falls right down into the center here, which is exactly what we want. Now, here's the fun part, is that we have to keep these slabs in place, and we have to go underneath them and waterlog each slab right above our little gravel kelp farm. Alright, so each of the 5x5 slabs down here that covers the gravel spot is officially waterlogged. And actually this kind of looks cool in RealismCraft because you can see the clouds through it. Like, oh, that looks pretty sweet, you know? Might still need to cover it with glass though, but this gives us a good idea of seeing everything waterlogged. Now here comes the fun part. So we head back up to the top here, and where our 5x5 area is, we can go ahead and just erase each one of those slabs. I forgot, when you crouch it activates the RPG skill thing. And we can see that the slabs are already kind of starting to go over to where they need to go, which is good. And this is what the kelp will do. It'll all fall to the center area to be collected. So we can see that we have our 5x5 little channel hole here, right? So everything around here can actually be built up, and then our kelp could be planted. Because right now all of this is just flowing water. And kelp is special because as it grows, it actually creates a solid block, like a source block of water. So all of this will no longer be flowing, it'll be a solid block. Which is why we need to build up our surrounding first, because I'm not sure if the kelp is going to make it flow past it, you know. So let me go ahead and build this one up, and then we'll see what we got here. Okay, so we can see that the side of one retaining wall is built. I forgot to take off the ladders, so we're going to ignore that for now. But this is the general idea, anyway, is that we build our little tower walls up, and I added diorite walls on the sides. This is to add a little bit more of a decorative feel. Now ideally, I would love to have some moss blocks and to be able to turn these into kind of cracked blocks if I want to, or darker shades, to be able to just manipulate it, make it a little bit different. So this is kind of like a base layer, if you would, and we could always decorate it between episodes or even in another episode. Well, I totally underestimated how long this build was going to take, but it was totally worth it. In the end, I would say that it probably took me about, maybe about 2 hours to work, and at least maybe about an hour and a half or so off camera and stuff. But I thought, I don't know, I just really like it, and I hope that you guys too. So let me show you what we got. Are you ready? Oh, I'm gonna turn. Bam! Look at that. That is probably the biggest build of our Let's Play right now. Perhaps we should get a better view. Alright, so we walked through our little villager courtyard here. Ooh, this is from the side. This is looking pretty fancy. Alright, and we press our button of doom, go through the door, and check this out. This is absolutely cool. It reminds me kind of like an Aztec build in a way. Something ancient or Mesoamerican, but I don't know. I mean, I just really like it. Can you imagine if this had like moss walls in between? Or maybe if I went through and put like andesite, broken bricks. I don't know. I just really think this is cool. And from the outside, I could see everything, but we definitely need to improve our landscaping for sure. But this is so neat. And this is what I was talking about. So the kelp would come up to the sides here. And obviously they haven't quite reached the top yet, but the idea is that as you would break them, you can break all the way across, and because they haven't reached the top yet, they'll just float down. But getting to the top, source blocks are all the way there, and then they'll just flow off into the centerpiece. Now, I'm going to have a channel that's going to be running, and it's going to dump right into a furnace. And I think this is going to be super cool. Oh man, this is great. But of course, I have officially run out of video time, and there's still quite a lot more work to do. And yeah, definitely a cool project. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, let me know below in the comments, because I'm really curious what you think of this. At any rate, I hope you have a great night, have a great day, and wherever you are, I will see you in the next episode of RealismCraft.